What is up, everyone? Welcome to the HOISTERS Weekly Show. Of course, I'm Mason Spest, your host. Tonight, we're going to discuss the past week for the Pirates against the Brewers and the Mets. It wasn't very good. We'll then discuss the MLB standings, look at the minor league standings, discuss our top prospects, and then preview the week ahead against the Miami Marlins, who are fighting for that last wildcard spot, and the surging Boston Red Sox. There are no housekeeping notes really today. Don't really have much to discuss at all there. Just, same old, same old. One thing is, I'm going to try to get through these videos quicker. We're past the deadline now. I'm not going to talk much about the deadline tonight. I did a HOISTERS Weekly Show Monday where I discussed every trade for like 45 minutes. If you want my opinion on some of those trades, just go watch that, please. So that's where I talked about most of it. Overall, though, I will say this. I think the Pirates did a very good job. Cherington addressed where we were weakest at. Our bullpen's been much better since then. However, I think you could have addressed more. You probably could have added another starting pitcher, and you probably could have added another bat. So that in and of itself is disappointing, but I feel the bullpen was addressed beautifully. Alrighty, let's start talking about Pirates baseball now. Recap this not very good week for you real briefly. I am going to try to make the show shorter here. It's late at night. It's a Sunday night. We only have 7 weeks left in the season, 42 games to be exact, and this team is quickly falling out of contention with the trade deadline having passed. So I'm definitely going to try to speed up the shows. Moral of the story. Anyway, let's get to that strategy now, and let's actually talk about the game. Pirates pulled off the win Monday night 4-3 in Milwaukee. Bubba Chandler had a solid outing. He had a no-hitter, actually, for quite some while. Then it unfortunately all came collapsing. But thank goodness our new-look bullpen came in and saved the day for Chandler. Great to see that, and great that we survived. We owned the Brewers this year, if you fast forward to 1 week ago after Monday night's game, because we were 6-1 at this point in the season against Milwaukee. However, the tide turned, and it could lead to possibly one of the greatest season series collapses ever, because we played 13 games against the Brewers this year. We have a 6-1 lead over the season series heading into Tuesday. So theoretically, we could have won the season series on Tuesday against Milwaukee. However, we didn't do that. And we set ourselves up for a potentially epic choke job with the season series in September. We fell to the Brewers 4-2. Logan Henderson earned the win for Milwaukee. Don Kelly got ejected after a crazy no-strike call. I watched it. I watched it on TikTok. It was honestly the funniest thing ever. It was one of the funniest things I've seen from this season. So, yeah, check it out if you get the chance. Logan Henderson, though, I think he's a lefty. Oh, no, he's a righty. My bad. But anyway, we'll get to that later. But I was going to talk about. But anyway, Logan Henderson shut the Pirates down and put us back to 1 game under. We started off strong this one. Jacob Gonzalez started us out strong with a home run. Endy also homered in this one, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. We took the loss to the Brewers, and honestly, I wasn't pissed about this one because we fought in this one. We didn't play bad in this one. And again, we had a 6-1 season series lead. It's not like this loss is the end of the world. Wednesday, though, everything I read and I heard, it was going to be a massive inflection point for the season because Skeens is on the mound. If Skeens got the win, it would cause a spark and potentially cause us to get hot, maybe establish some momentum and for things to be good. If he took the loss and looked bad, it could possibly derail the season. Unfortunately, he did take the loss and look bad, and while the season hasn't been derailed yet, my bad there. It's pretty darn close. Skeens didn't pitch bad, and Skeens was not the reason we lost this game, in my opinion. It's the offense that didn't come through. He had some nice pitches. He looked dominant for a free. Unfortunately, it was just Yelich and Vaughn. I don't think Yelich and Vaughn got the best of him. Endy hit a home run to keep us in it, but other than that, there just was not a lot of good at all. Just there wasn't. And you can't blame Paul. 3 runs is not a lot in today's MLB. It really isn't. He pitched solid on Wednesday night. Don't go blaming him for this. Just don't do that. Thank you. Thursday, I really felt we needed a win Thursday since we lost the 2 out of 3 so far. And we needed a way to get a bounce back win. Unfortunately, we failed to do that, losing the game 5-2. We did hang in there with Milwaukee for a little while off a new Brewer, Dustin May. Got him at the trade deadline. 4th inning was huge for us with the Lau homer and Horowitz singling to center, scoring B-Ray. I know Endy got thrown out of third there, and that was disappointing for sure because it could have caused momentum, but I think losing this game was a problem for us. It was. It irritates me that we lost this game. And here's why. If you win this game, you come back home 1 game under for the Mets. Now you're 3 games under. And you need to sweep them to get some momentum. You do. We didn't do that. We'll get to the Mets series in a minute. We didn't do that. We had a horrible series in Milwaukee. I wanted a split coming out of this. We only took 1. You've got to take 2 if you want to stay competitive. I've been investing a lot of attention recently on the Diamondbacks, the Phillies, and the Padres. Those are the 3 teams, I believe, right now that will be fighting for the final 2 wildcard spots in the National League. At this point, I will say this. The Chicago Cubs will be a playoff team. The division winners are pretty much set in stone at this point. They just are. Well, I wouldn't say set in stone, but I'd say it's highly unlikely that any big changes happen. The Brewers will win the Central, the Braves will win the East, the Dodgers will win the West. The Cubs will get in, and they will likely be the 4th wild card. They're just dominant right now. The last wild card is going to come down to 3 teams. And we'll talk about this a lot more in the standings portion. It's going to come down to 3 teams. It's going to be the Diamondbacks, the Titans, and the Padres. To keep up with them, you needed to take 2 in Milwaukee, and we failed to take 2 in Milwaukee. That's a problem. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it cost us. That in and of itself is very disappointing. Just is. You needed to take 2 and you didn't. Heading into this weekend against the Mets, I told myself, if we get swept, it's over. While we did not get swept, we're going to have a big talk at the end of the video on why I believe it'll be over after this week. We'll get to that at the end, though. Friday night was not pretty. We fell behind 6-0. While we did rally back after the delay a little bit, it wasn't enough. I kind of felt shades of the Arizona game at times. However, like most Pirate fans, I was probably fooled because they just didn't do enough. I love the fight, and I love the fact that we're coming back and we're storming back. However, you can't consistently expect to come back from down 6-0 every single night in 2 innings. You're just not going to do it. And that's what bit us here. It bit us. Literally bit us. That's what lost us this game. This was a very dull, boring game. It's not how you want to open a homestand. It's not. And I know it's only 1 series, but it's still a homestand. You still need to be thankful for it every day. And we were very unthankful for it. Saturday, though, the good vibes showed. Ronnie Simon, Jake Mangum, and the whole crew. That was an epic speech by Mangum last night after the game, Love how he said, God bless you. I know I always say that, so God bless him, God bless you. But anyway, Mangum had a great day. Bubba Chandler also had a great day. Everybody had a great day last night. 9-0, we beat the Mets. This was huge. This game could have been a catalyst. Unfortunately, it was not a catalyst. It was anything but a catalyst, to be honest. Because the Mets today beat us 11-1. The Mets parade started in the top of the first, just like it did on opening day. They hit the ball a lot. They took a 2-0 lead. Then 2-0 became 4-0. Then 4-0 became 5-0. Then 5-0 became 5-1 because Jake Mangum hit a home run. Why not? Then 5-1 became 8-1. 8-1 became 9-1, and it ended up 11-1. None of the Pirates played well. It wasn't a pretty day at all. It just wasn't. And Camilo Doval in his PNC Park debut, he pitched okay, but I don't know what he was doing when he just threw the ball in the outfield. Like, come on now. Like, seriously. What were you thinking? Like, this dude has a lot to learn. Just a disappointing day. Very disappointing week. I was expecting to go 4-3 this week. We went 2-5. We're 58-62 right now. Compared to last year and compared to prior years, it's not bad. I want to see how the 2021 team was on August 11th. Because today's August 9th. It's not that far away. It's not. I just want to see how they were doing. Because I think this is our best. We're at our best point in August in quite some time. After that game, I just want to see this. On August 11th in LA against the Dodgers, we were 56-61. 5 games out of the last wild card, which was occupied by Atlanta. Ultimately, the Mets would get it and Arizona would miss. About the same spot. A little better now, but it was about the same spot. And we were in last place. We were in last place. Hang on, did the Cubs make it that year? Why did I think the Cubs made it that year? They didn't, did they? Hold on, I'm trying to think here for a sec. Hang on. Mets. Sorry, I'm just in thinking mode. No, the Cubs didn't make it that year. I don't want to see how many games they missed by, because 2025 was their first postseason appearance in a while. The Cubs, they're aiming for 79, 6 games back. But anyway, that's beside the point. Moral of the story is this. We're in our worst. We're in about the same spot as we were in 2024. And that team was 76-86. This roster is significantly better than that. This is inexcusable on all levels. This week is inexcusable on all levels. And you've got to make some major changes. You've got to make major changes. Like, this manager, I don't know who the heck he thinks he is, but you've got to do better with this manager. Cherington did his job at the deadline. What are we doing? Something is fundamentally broken, and they need to figure the hell out what it is and fix it now, because it's killing us in terms of the postseason. Like, come on now. It's been 7 years of this garbage. 2 years under this. Look at Derek Stellan right now. We'll get to that when we get to standings in about 5 minutes here. But look at the Twins. They're better. They're closer to the playoffs than we are right now. One person cannot alter an organization. It's not entirely Cherington's fault. It's not entirely Kelly's fault. It's not entirely Stellan's fault. It points to the top, and there's no positive culture. That's the thing. They need a whole culture shift, and under this ownership group, you're never going to get that culture shift. I know they spend money, and they did a great job with spending money, and they're very good at it. And Cherington executed. However, This club and this franchise as a whole needs a significant culture shift. And I think next week at this time, we're going to be having a serious discussion as to what that culture shift is, because this upcoming week is not going to be a good one at all. This homestand was a disaster. This Mets series was a disaster. You've got to take 2 games there, and you only took 1. Give me a break. We're talking about the playoffs. Same with the Brewers series. You've got to take 2 there. You only took 1. Give me a break. Winning 1 game a series is not going to get you into the playoffs. This team has been the coldest team in baseball for quite some time now. Give me a flippin' break. We're going to the playoffs. 2 weeks ago, we had a playoff spot. Unflippin' believable. Like, come on now. There needs to be a calling to be better, and it needs to be answered right flippin' now. Sorry for the rant there, but this is just insane. Like, come on. We haven't been to the playoffs now in 11 flipping years. Do better. Pittsburgh deserves better. From everyone. Seriously. I guess we're going to name a star for this week, despite the fact that we went 2-5 this week. And I'm actually really happy for this person who I'm about to name the star of the week, because I think he deserves it more than anybody. And I'm so hyped as I get out the paper. I'm going to vanish for a second here, but here I am. I'm so hyped to give this dude the star of the week. Lau obviously won it last week. I needed to record that, which was great for him. He won his second, but star of the week this week, he's a first-time winner, and I'm so hyped that he is getting it this week because he really deserves it. It is Bubba Chandler. The only 2 games we won this week were the 2 that he pitched, and he's been absolutely brilliant as of late. I'm so happy with him, how he's came on. He's done a great job, and he cemented his spot in the rotation, in my opinion. So, Bubba Chandler, he deserves all the accolades he's getting right now. He's the reason we won last night. He's the reason we won Monday night, and he is 100% your star of the week. So, yeah, good for him for sure. He's the first pitcher, too, to win the award since Paul Skeens on June the 14th. That was the week that he went and saw the kids. So that was primarily because he gave it to went and saw those kids at that park. That was also the week Tyler Callahan hit the home run. So he got honorable mention as well. And if Skeens wouldn't have done that, Callahan would have probably won it. Ashcraft won it the week of the 31st, which he had a very similar week to what Bubba had this week. So, Bubba Chandler, you truly deserve that award. So, congrats to you. As for MVP rankings, they changed a lot with Esmeralda Valdez's slump. Number 5 for MVP. So, let's get into it here. Let's get into the changes for this, and let's talk some MVP rankings. Number 5 is Jake Mangum this week. I just love the heart and the hustle from him. I really do. He plays hard, he cares, he's disciplined, and every play matters to him. So he's the winner, he's number 5 this week. Number 4, I know things haven't been pretty recently for Braxton Ashcraft, but he's still my number 4 guy as of right now. Soto was there before, but yeah, Soto's out of it for now. Number 3, this is rather going to be an interesting one here, but he's pitched really well as of late. I'm just not, weirdly enough, I'm not really in the mood considering how this team has been to be doing MVP rankings, so it's really tough to do it. But Yohan Ramirez, I mean, he's been late out recently. He's held the fort down amazingly, and he's really put himself in the mix. He replaces... Actually, I would put Ramirez 4th, Ashcraft 3rd. So, number 4 is Ramirez. He's done a great job holding down the fort. So, he's number 4. 3rd is Braxton Ashcraft, obviously, as I just said. Number 2 remains Brian Reynolds. He's done good, but not great. Nothing enough to pass up our number 1 guy right now, which is obviously Brandon Lau, the second baseman. He's been the MVP at this point. And Bubba Chandler is an honorable mention this week. So yeah, there's that. I know it's early, but I do expect Lau to be my MVP for this season. He's just done a good job, truly cares. So yeah, I think he's going to be the MVP as of now. That's who I'd give it to. So your star of the week this week is Bubba Chandler, and your MVP for the team as of now is Brandon Lau. Like I said, this show we will, if the team misses the playoffs, which is increasingly likely at this point, unfortunately, we will award that show, give that award out in 50 days, Monday night, September the 28th. We'll give that award out, and I think he'll win it. So yeah. MLB standings time now. Let's go through them rapid fire here, and then we'll discuss a little bit in terms of the playoffs. We'll do the division rapid fire, and the wild card I'll spend more time on, for sure. AL East, Tampa Bay Rays, 71-46. New York Yankees, 66-52, 5.5 out. Boston Red Sox coming in this week, 64-53, 7 out. Orioles, 57-61, 14.5 out. Blue Jays, 56-63, 16 games out. AL Central, White Sox, 61-56, division leaders. Tigers now are in second place, 58-60, 3.5 out. Twins, you're 58-61, 4 games out. Guardians, 58-61, 4 out. Royals, 49-70, 13 games out. AL West time now. Houston Astros lead that division at 60-59. Rangers, 500 in second place, 500, 59-59, a half game out. Mariners, 56-63, 4 games out. Athletics, who parted ways with their GM David Forst this week, 47-71, 12.5 games out. Angels, the Halos, are 45-73, 14.5 games out. And weirdly enough, I think the Athletics won the series against the surging Red Sox. So that's kind of a David versus Goliath moment there, and that's funny. Slow the Red Sox down some coming in here. That'd be nice. I don't want them red hot in here, but they kind of are. Despite this series loss to the A's. At East time, Atlanta Braves leading that division, 71-47. They're red hot. I definitely think they're going to win the division. Philadelphia Phillies, 63-56, 63-56, 8.5 back. Marlins, 60-59, who we'll see in just 2 days here, 11.5 games out. Nats, they're getting better, 59-61, 13 games out. Mets, still in last place, unfortunately, 52-67, 19.5 out. NL Central, Brewers, 74-44, the best team in baseball. Cubs, 69-50, 5.5 out. Cardinals, 500, 59-59, even, 15 games out. Pirates, 58-62, 17 out. And the Reds, in last place, 56-61, 17.5 out. And at West time now, real quick. Dodgers, 70-48, leading that. Diamondbacks, 63-56, 7.5 out. Padres, 62-57, 8.5 out. Giants, 49-69, 21 out. Rockies, 46-72, 16.5 out. Now into the wild card, because this is where things get interesting. Just a friendly reminder, too, next week, if you can recall, we are going down, now it's 10 games, I think, to have a reasonable shot to make the playoffs. Next week, we're going to lower that threshold to 8, just because of the lack of games remaining. But without further ado, let's look at the standings now. Leading the AL East and the American League, and your 1 seed, the Tampa Bay Rays. Second, leading the AL Central, the 2 seed, Chicago White Sox. Surprise team of the year. Love what Will Venable's doing there. Great job by him, and they're the 2 seed. Your 3 seed right now, the AL West leader, the Houston Astros at 60-59. AL wildcard now, your first AL wildcard, and the 4th seed, the New York Yankees, who are 7 games up, or who are a game and a half up right now on the 5th seed, the second AL wildcard, the Boston Red Sox, who are 5.5 up right now, I believe, on the 3 seed, or the 3rd wildcard, and your 6th seed, and your last team in, as if things ended today, the Texas Rangers. Now let's look at the teams on the outside looking in. The Tigers are a game out. They are your first team out if the season ended today. Twins are 1.5 out. Guardians are 1.5 out. Orioles are 2 out. Mariners are 3.5 out. Blue Jays are 3.5 out. Royals are 10.5 out. A's are 12 out. Angels are 14 out. Royals are getting a little closer, it seems like, but I don't think they have enough. As of now, I would say the Royals, Athletics, and Angels are pretty much eliminated. Anything can happen because it's Major League Baseball, but I don't think the Blue Jays and Mariners have very strong chances either, just because of how clustered everything is right now. I think the Orioles, the Guardians, the Twins, and the Tigers are your teams to bet on, or not literally bet, but just if you want to give any team a better chance, I would say those guys have better than Seattle and Toronto. NL time now. The best team in Major League Baseball, the best team in the National League, the best team in the NL Central. I did those wrong. And your first team right now, your first seed right now. Hang on, I want to see a stat. I'm researching, or I'm looking up a stat right now. But your first seed in the NL are the Milwaukee Brewers. We're going to talk about something here in a second. Okay. But we're going to talk about something really interesting here in a second. So give me a minute. But the Milwaukee Brewers, 74-44, they're the best team in baseball, and by default, the best team in the NL and the NL Central, and your 1 seed. Your 2 seed right now, the red freaking hot Atlanta Braves. They are the 2 seed right now and would get a bye if things ended today. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see those 3 teams. The last one, it's kind of obvious, but we'll reveal them in a minute. It'll be interesting to see which 2 get the byes, but the Braves are your 2 seed. Your 3 seed right now, leading the NL West, the defending World Series champion, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Your 3 seed. NL wildcards now, your 4th seed, and your first NL wildcard, the Chicago Cubs, red freaking hot recently. They're playing very good, so they're there. Your 5th seed, your 2nd NL wildcard, the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Cubs right now have a 6-game lead on the Diamondbacks, who are your 2nd NL wildcard. And they are tied, honestly, with our 3rd NL wildcard, the 6th seed, and the last team in as if things ended today, but they're technically tied with Arizona. So the Philadelphia Phillies, who are, there they are. You're the first team out right now, only 1 game back of the Diamondbacks and the Phillies, are the red-hot San Diego Padres. As I said, 1 game back. 3 games back, the Miami Marlins. 3.5 back are the St. Louis Cardinals. 4.5 back are the Nationals. We are 5.5 back right now. 6 back are the Reds. 11 back are the Mets. 13.5 back are the Giants. 16.5 back are the Rockies. I know we said 10 back, so by our standard, it's technically the Mets, the Giants, and the Rockies. But it'll be interesting. I think it's going to come down to 2 of these 3. The Diamondbacks, the Phillies, and the Padres. 2 of those 3 will be in, and 1 will be out. I think right now the Padres will be the team that's out. I think the Phillies will get hot late. However, I think it's going to come down to Arizona and San Diego. I think Miami's good, and they're going to be good for a long time when they get good. However, I think they fall just short this year and will be right around 500 to end. St. Louis, I think they'll be just under 500. And I think the Nats, they have a shot, but I don't think they're going to get in. And then, I don't think we're going to get in or Cincy. So right now, before we get into hottest and coldest in a mini predictions, I'm looking right now. I used AI for something. There's this stat here on MLB's website called expected win-loss record. It estimates what a team's record should be based on the total amount of runs we scored and allowed. Our current record is 58-62. Our expected wins-loss record has us at 62-58. Right now, That would be good for the 5th seed in the NL. The Nationals would be the 6th. We're 5.5 games out of the playoff spot. Some days you're going to win 15-0. Some days you're going to lose 15-0. However, this team is significantly better than their record. And to be honest, that's why I don't believe that Don Kelly should be managing this team much longer. You've got to make a move at the manager position. Like, I think he's going to start to lose the fan base soon. You have got to start having discussions about this man. It's insane. But look at the Detroit Tigers. They're 58-60. Their expected win-loss is 68-50. That's crazy. I mean, you can't buy too much into it. However, the moral of the story is this. This Pirates team is better than their record. Period. End of story. Shouldn't be in this spot. Your hottest, anyway, though. Let's talk about something else. Your hottest team right now in the American League, it's 2 teams. Tied at 8-2 over the past 10, the hottest teams are the Rays and the Red Sox. The Rays are really opening up their lead in the division, and I think they're going to win it now. And the Red Sox are pretty much in a great spot to make the playoffs. And could probably win the World Series. Big Rutzman trade for sure there. And in the NL, the hottest team is the Atlanta Braves. If they keep playing like this, they could go all the way. And that's not a hyperbole. They could literally go all the way. Or whatever the word is. Your coldest team right now in the American League are the Athletics, 2-8. They've just fallen off a cliff this year. I thought they were going to be good. I thought they were my sleeper team. They have just fallen off a cliff. I would not be surprised if the manager gets fired. And surprisingly, your coldest team in the NL, colder than us actually, at 2-8 are the Los Angeles Dodgers. They fell from the 1 seed to the 3 seed, which is crazy. Let's look at how they fell. They got swept by the Red Sox, swept by the Cubs, which isn't surprising because both those teams are red hot, and then lost 2-3 in Arizona, which is they're actually good as well. So I don't think this is much of an indictment on the Dodgers at all. They're giving away a Luka Doncic's bobblehead when we play them, though. They give away a crap load of bobbleheads. Oh my gosh, is this good. They really dominate. And they play the Brewers this weekend, too, so I can't wait to watch that series, or follow it, at least. That'll be fun. Anyway, though. And they play the Braves at the end of the month. We'll talk about some key series this week at the very end. Anyway, though. Moral of the story is this. Every good team loses games. It's how you respond. Let's see how the Dodgers respond. That'll be good. So right now, your postseason matchups in the AL would be as follows. Your wild card matchup would be the Rangers and the Astros in the All-Texas battle, and the Red Sox versus the Yankees. Some good old rivalries there, which I'm looking forward. Red Sox and Yankees. Some good old rivalries there, which I'm looking forward to for sure if this holds. I would take Texas over Houston and Yankees over Red Sox right now in this. ALDS, Yankees against the 1-seeded Rays. I'm taking the Rays in 5. I just think they would win this. Rangers and White Sox. I think the White Sox are good, but I don't think they're going to do well in the postseason. I just don't. I think the Rangers will win this. Put in perspective, the White Sox were 40 and 120 just 2-3 years ago. And now they're going to win the division. And we're on year 7, and we can't finish above 500. That's what irritates me. Seriously. Come on now. ALCS, Rangers and Rays. I think the Rays will win this easily. I think they could sweep. So, yeah, I think they sweep. NL time now. NL wildcard matchup. Phillies and the Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers would eat their odds, I think, right now. Dodgers win. Diamondbacks and the Cubs. This would be more interesting and closer than most people think. However, I would pick the Cubs just because they're red hot right now, and I like the way they're playing. So give me the Cubs. Cubs and Brewers in the NLDS. I think regardless of who it is here, maybe Arizona could knock them off. I think if Arizona gets in and gets past the Cubs or the wild card, I think they could go on a deep run. However, I just don't see it happening right now. I'd take the Brewers over the Cubs, and Dodgers and Braves. It would be tight, but I'd take the Braves right now over the Dodgers, considering how the Dodgers are playing. So I'd take the Braves in 5. It'd be very close, though. Very close. Braves and Brewers, I would take the Brewers. Brewers and Rays, I'd take the Brewers. Right now, I think this is the Brewers' year, and I think it could be the Brewers' series to lose. So that's what I'm taking right now, but it'll probably change. We'll see. So that's that for standings. Let's look at how our minor league teams are doing. We'll do that. Then we'll look at our top prospects real brief, and then we'll look ahead to some key series around the MLB, and then preview our tilts with the Red Sox or the Marlins and Red Sox. We'll be quick with minor league standings, though, and for sure top prospects, because we're at the point where we need to talk about the whatchamacallit. We're at a point where we need to talk about key games. Alrighty, now for the International League, AAA International, starting with our AAA team, obviously. Indianapolis, they're red hot recently. They've started off so strong, 25-14, the best team in the International League as a whole right now, 7-3 in their past 10. They have a 1-game lead over St. Paul, which is the Minnesota Twins. So good job for Indy, really good job. For our AA team, the Altoona Curve, they right now are 17-22, 9 games back of first place Erie, who's with Detroit at 26-13. The Curve are 6-4 over their past 10. So they're playing good recently, but they haven't had a good second half to the year at all. Reading, who's with the Phillies, is also doing good. Same with Portland, who's with Boston. High A now. This is our dream team right now. The High A Greensboro Grasshoppers, who are tied with Frederick, who's with Baltimore for first place. Greensboro is 25-17 and 6-4 in their past 10. They actually have a worse expected wins-loss record than they're actually doing better than what they should be, so that's good. But yeah, they're tied with Frederick. Right now, the best team in the South Atlantic League as a whole is in the South Division. Bowling Green, who is with the Tampa Bay Rays. Indianapolis's expected win-loss record right now is 1 game better, but still not bad. Still not bad at all. Still very good. And for Altoona, theirs is, as I look, 1 game worse. So Altoona's overperforming. Greensboro is overperforming. Indianapolis is slightly underperforming. Single A time, Florida State League. Bradenton, unfortunately, is in last place. They're exactly performing how their win-loss record would indicate. They are 15-26, 12 games back of first place Tampa, who's 27-14. They're with the Yankees. Their stadium's right next to Raymond James. Rays played there last year. Yankees minor leagues there this year, and obviously, like I said, it's right next to Raymond James. Bradenton is 2-9 in their past 10. It's not good. It's not good. That season will be over soon, though, I think. And I think our summer league teams are done, pretty much. DSL Pirates Gold, though, I think, is still in session. They are 19-29, 10.5 back of the first place team, which is DSL Brewers Gold. 1-9, though, unfortunately, in their past 10. DSL Pirates Gold. Right now, their expected win-loss record is 500. They're 10 games under right now. So that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Really bad. Phillies DSL Colorado is doing really well in the Summer League Southeast. Padres, I think they're the best right now. Taking a look here at all of them. The DSL Padres, Gold is the best at 35-14. They're not in our division, though, so don't worry about them. And they're overperforming their win-loss. So that's where you want to be. That's exactly where you want to be if you're San Diego. Or that Padres one. Their expected win-loss is 33-16. They're performing 35-14. So that's a big deal for them. DSL Pirates Black is 25-21. 1.5 games back of first place Seattle at 28-21. DSL Pirates Black is 6-4 in their past 10. So yeah, there's that. And DSL Florida is over as of 2 weeks ago. The Florida Complex. It's not DSL Florida. It's the Florida Complex League. And that is pretty much over at this point. Let's just see who won the championship, though, for that. I want to see who won the championship. In your Florida Complex. Just checking this real quick. They don't play on Sunday. It's all DSL. It's all DSL. Let's look. I'm just going to use Google AI. But anyway, Indianapolis is red hot. Greensboro's doing well. Bradenton and Altoona need a lot of work. And I'm actually pleased with our DSL teams. They're fine, except for the one isn't doing as good. The one's doing fine, the one isn't. And FCL. FCL Astros won it. The FCL Astros won in the best of 3 series. So congrats to them. But anyway, 2 out of our top 3 minor league systems are doing good. It's the lower levels that need work, and the drafts will help. The drafts will help with that. So our minor league system, I wouldn't say it's healthy, but I wouldn't say it's sick. It's right in the middle, I'd say, right now, in my opinion. That's not our biggest concern, though. I just figured I'd check in. So, yeah. Let's look at our top prospects now. I'm just going to go through these top 10 real quick. There was some movement, but not a lot. Obviously, with Sammy Stafora, who was one of our former top 10 prospects. He is now with the New York Mets. He is currently with the Mets. He's their 11th best prospect right now. But I think we need Luke Weaver more, obviously, and it's good that he's going to get a chance with his hometown team. So God bless you, Sammy, and I'm happy for you. We'll go through the top 10 here real quick. There was some movement, obviously, with Barco, Johnson. They moved up. Johnson moved into the top 10 with Stafora's departure. So let's go through these real quick here. First, our top prospects, right-handed pitcher, Seth Hernandez. High A, 2028, still not surprising. Second, outfielder, first baseman, Edward Florentino. High A, 2028. He was involved in some for trade discussions. Fortunately, we did not deal him, though, which was good. Third, on a tear this year, and now up to Double-A, Murph Gray, third baseman, Double-A, 2028. I think you need to think about in the next week or two possibly moving him up to Triple-A and seeing how he does there, because he is 22. Give him a shot at Triple-A, see how he does there, and maybe try to get him on the opening day roster in 2027, if there is a 2027, or certainly thereafter. Have him be the 2027 Connor Griffin. Come up and just get ready to go. That'd be huge. Because Nicky G is not good at third. He's just not. He's going to go back to second, I think. For sure. I don't think Lyle's coming back. I just don't. So Nicky G, I think, will go back to second. KG will stay at short. And Murph will go to third, which is good. I think that's sometime next year that's going to happen, though. If there's baseball next year. Fourth, it was good that we kept this guy because I think he could still be a part of the future, even though KG's here. Wyatt Sanford, shortstop, high A, 2028. He's only 20, which is good. Murph Gray's 22, so that's a little concerning, but oh well. Fifth is Youngston Garcia, the password. Outfielder, got to see him today some. Got in a bad play in the field some, as well as yesterday. He's in the MLB right now, 2026. I don't see him on here much longer because I do see him graduating at some point soon, which is good. And he's 23 too, so yeah. Sixth is Axiel Plaz. Glad we didn't deal him because we need this catching depth right now for sure. He is in high A, catcher, first baseman. high A 2028, which is good. 7th, Easton Carmichael, catcher, double A 2028. Again, if things work out well for him, I would like to see him move up by the end of the year. For sure. Especially now with Rafael Flores here. 8th, Edglin Perez, catcher, first baseman, single A 2028. 9th, Hunter Barco, left-handed pitcher, triple A 2026. This is somebody I would have maybe looked at moving. Like, he's just going to be like an up, down, up, down, up, down kind of guy. So there's that. And 10th, moving into the top 10 with Staffora's departure to New York, Tamar Johnson, second baseman, high A 2026. He ain't coming up this year. He's not coming up this year. I don't know when he'll come up, if he'll ever come up. So, yeah. Flores is 13th. Antoine Kelly is 11th. Wilberto Tell's not on here. I'm assuming it's because he graduated, even though he's down there. So, yeah. Matt Auger, right-handed pitcher, double A 2027, moves into the top 30 with the trade. I don't think any of our prospects that we dealt slid into other teams' top 30s as well. I know Staffoura slid into the Mets, but that's, I think, is it. Brandon Boudoir was a part of the trade. I just want to look this up real quick. Boudoir was a part of the trade for Lake Bucker. I don't think he's going to be in... I'm just checking to confirm, but I don't think he's going to be in Miami's top 30. Han-Seung Lee and Brian Sanchez are the other two. Let's check for them. I'm just checking to confirm if any of these guys slid into their top 30. No. The Marlins didn't get any new top 30 prospects out of that trade. The Angels, I think Kyle Robinson got dealt to them in the Kirby Yates trade. I want to see if he slid into the top 30. Mason McGuire's with the Angels, which is cool. They really rebuilt their farm well. We have a ton of 28 guys, which is cool as well. So maybe 2028 will be better. I think this team could really go on a surge in like 4 years. Like, be pretty solid in like 4 years. I like Boudoir too, so I was sad to see him go. But wish him the best of luck down there. Kyle Robinson. Yeah, that's who we dealt. He's not in the Angels' top 30. Alrighty, let's take a look now at some big MLB series this week. Now with the postseason, about 50 days away from tomorrow, we will look at some big series today that could shape the postseason picture as we inch ever so closer to the postseason. So this week, some of the marquee series between Monday and Thursday look like this. The Red Sox and the Blue Jays, that's a big series. Orioles and the Twins, that's a huge series. Phillies and the Cardinals. Brewers and the Padres. So those are your big series for the Monday through Thursday set. Obviously, us and Miami is a big one. Cubs and Nats, you could say that. Guardians and Tigers, that's a huge one. Mariners and Yankees. That looks like it's it for at least the weekday series. For the weekend, we got the Cardinals and the Cubs, us against the Red Sox, Miami against Cincinnati, Chicago and Detroit, the White Sox against the Tigers. That'll be a lot of fun. O's and Rays, Padres and Guardians, Diamondbacks, Braves, Mariners, Astros, Brewers, Dodgers, which will be huge. And then you have the cellar dwellers, the Royals and the Angels. That's a huge series if you want to talk about the number one pick in the draft. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. We can't even pick in the top 10 this year because of some CBA rule, which is good. Alrighty, it's a big week ahead this week. Bucks are in South Beach right now, getting ready for the Marlins. 3 games with them. Tuesday night at 6:40 p.m. Paul Skeens is going against Jerry Perez at 6:40. Skeens has a 3.96 ERA. Perez has a 3.61. This should be a solid pitching matchup, but it probably won't be. Wednesday at 6:40 p.m. on South Beach, it'll be Carmen Majinski with a 3.51 ERA against Jansen Junk with a 4.63 ERA. That name's interesting, by the way. And on Thursday, the Bucks and the Fists battled 110 to conclude their season series. It's the Field of Dreams as well on Thursday night. That should be fun to watch. I'm going to be at the Steeler game, so I won't watch that. Follow Steelers Live 412 for a pregame and postgame, so as well with that game. 110 on Thursday. Braxton Ashcraft with a 4.08 ERA will go against Tyler Phillips with a 3.47. This weekend, we come home, begin a 6-game homestand against the Red Sox. 3 against the Red Sox, 3 against the Tigers. We'll talk about the Tigers series more next week, though. Them and the Dodgers. The Scooble trade teams. We'll talk about them next week. Red Sox Friday night. Jake Bennett with a 3.17 ERA is going to go against Bubba Chandler with a 4.26. This is per CBS Sports, what they expect. These are the probables. So nothing official, but this is highly likely. Saturday, 7:15 p.m. on Fox. This will be a fun one for sure. We'll be splitting it 3 ways with the Brewers, Dodgers, and the Diamondbacks, Braves. Sonny Gray with a 2.78 ERA and a 14-2 record will go against Jared Jones, who did not pitch well today with a 4.02. And then Sunday will be a Skeens day against the Red Hot Red Sox. He's a 3.96 against Patrick Sandoval with a 3.38. I'm honestly expecting to go 1-5 this week. I'm expecting to go 1-5 this week. We're going to get swept by Boston, in my opinion. They're just too hot and we're too cold. We're going to get swept by them. And the road team has historically dominated that series for some weird reason. We are going to get swept by Boston. I think we're going to win 1 in Miami, maybe Wednesday, possibly Thursday, more likely Wednesday, because of the ERA advantage. But if we're going against a lefty Wednesday night, or any time in this Marlins series, we're toast. If we sweep the Marlins, things will be fine. Anything less than a sweep, anything less than 1-5, or if we win no games or 1 game this week, it's over. It is over, if it hasn't been already. If we win 2 or more, we still have a fighting prayer because of September, but I don't feel great. I just don't feel good at all right now about things. Hopefully this week proves me otherwise, but I think we're going to go 1-5 this week, and the casket will close shut. Can't nail it shut yet because we haven't been eliminated, but I think you're going to have the criteria to close the casket next week at this time. We will see how the week goes, but I don't feel good. That's all I have for you guys, though, tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. We're 52 minutes, so a little better on time. Next week, we will be back here. We'll recap the Marlins and the Red Sox. We'll do our Star of the Week, and we will do our Star of the Week and MVP rankings. We'll look at the standings for both Major and Minor League Baseball. We will also look at the top prospects again. It'll just be likely a quick 1, 2, 3, bam, 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 since we did them tonight. And then we will preview the series against the Tigers and the Dodgers, which actually begins a free series road trip out west in LA. There's LA, San Diego, St. Louis. That is coming in 2 weeks. But anyway, that's all for tonight. I will see you back here next week. Have a good week, everyone. Take care, stay safe, and as always, peace and God bless. See you guys next week. Bye.